Hey everybody, Whitey here again. Got my drink out in the garage. Time to talk a little bit more about Big Trip 2015. So we woke up this morning feeling really good. We had been well rested, stayed in the hotel the night before, didn't drink too much, feeling really good, looking forward to a beautiful day in front of us and some good riding. We didn't know exactly where we were heading, but we knew we were heading kind of in a northwesterly direction up towards maybe Sandpoint, or if we got some real good mileage in, maybe all the way into BC.
He's the last of the hardcore troubadours.
It was a beautiful day for riding. Clear, sunny. We did stick to the main highway for the first little bit, but we did get off onto some secondary roads just to find a few twists and turns. I had a beautiful day of riding. Saw a few highway patrol guys out, but we were sticking pretty close to the speed limit. We had no troubles at all. Just had a really fun morning of getting in the groove and riding our bikes.
He's the last of the hardcore troubadours. And now he's the last of the all-night do-right. Send the need to window to daylight. He's the last of the hardcore troubadours. Oh, baby, what you waiting for? What you gonna do when it moves on again and it leaves you alone in blue? She knew it's just passing through, now didn't you? And now you can't just say this the last time, baby, like you always did before. He's the last of the hardcore troubadours. And now he's the last of the all-night do-right.
I only really remember stopping once this day, and that was in Plains, Montana. We stopped to get some gas, or I needed gas. As we had found out earlier in the trip, my bike has a much smaller tank than Hammy's, so I needed to fuel up a little bit more frequently than he did. We took this opportunity at the gas stop in Plains to go across the street to this little place called Ripple's Ice Cream Shop. It was really good. We had a good time there.
Here we are in Plains, Montana. Just stopped to get some ice cream because it's pretty warm out today, and we're making good time. So we thought, hey, what better than an ice cream break? So far, we started the day in Butte, Montana. Rolled up through Missoula, got some gas and a coffee in Missoula, and then we took the 93 north, and now we're on the 200 west, heading towards Lake Pendoriel. We should camp somewhere there by this evening. Sandpoint, Idaho is close to there. We won't quite make it into Sandpoint, and then we'll head north into Canada tomorrow. At least that's the plan for now, subject to change, as always.
So while we were stopped on our ice cream break, we decided to look at our game plan a little bit more. It was a gorgeous day, and we knew we wanted to enjoy some of that weather off the bikes a little bit. So we decided we were going to cut our day just a little short, and about mid-afternoon we should have arrived at Lake Pend Oreille. Now, we've been mispronouncing the name of this lake the entire time we were on the trip. It was only once I got back that I realized it was called Lake Pend Oreille. So forgive the mispronunciations in some of the clips later. We couldn't quite figure out how to say the name.
Hey there, Whitey. How's the ice cream?
Pretty darn good. I'm pretty impressed with this little town called Plains here in Montana. As you mentioned before there, we stopped for some ice cream. And it's a super friendly place. It's called Ripple's Ice Cream Parlor. Highly recommend it for anybody coming through town here. Not that you need a recommendation for the gas station because there's only two here, but we went to the Exxon, I think, and super friendly people. I don't think we've met as friendly people as we have in this little town all trip so far. So 2 thumbs up for Plains, Montana.
Girl, don't bother and lock your door. It's out there hollering, darling, don't you love me no more? You always let him in before, now didn't you? He's just singing the same old song that he always sang before. He's the last of the hardcore troubadours. Now, girl, better figure out which is which. Whip her out that Romeo, you son of a bitch. Just as soon fight his switch now, wouldn't you? He gonna make love on your satin sheets. Wake up on your living room floor. Here's the last of the hardcore troubadours.
We found a great little campground right on the edge of the lake. We rolled in probably about 3:30 or 4 and got to setting up. We got our campsite set up pretty quickly, and then we headed back into town to grab some rum and mix and ice and anything else we thought we might need for the evening. We zipped into the nearest little town, and they didn't have any liquor stores at all, so we actually had to go back in the other direction to finally find a place that would sell hard liquor. And we couldn't find cell coverage anywhere either in this entire little area. Not that that was a big problem. We didn't really care about cell coverage that much, but it was something that we noted. We kind of farted around town a little bit trying to find some Wi-Fi or cell coverage. What was kind of interesting when we finally did get cell service is there was an email waiting for me from Rob Kelly. Some of you guys might remember Rob Kelly from a few big trips in the past. A great guy from Vancouver. We love to hang out with him, love to go riding. He was actually going to be in Sandpoint, which was 20 miles away from where we were. Unfortunately, he wasn't going to be there for another 2 days, and we only had about another 2 days to get back home. So it was really too bad we couldn't get that timing to work. That would have been neat if we could have met up with Rob that day. But at any rate, we headed back to camp and decided to spend the rest of the day enjoying the nice weather we were having.
Hey everybody, we are here at Lake Pendoriel in Idaho at the Sam Owen campground. Not bad, not bad. No power. We had to walk down to the little pavilion thing here and plug into the side of the building to charge up the laptop. The only reason we would need the laptop is because we're going to watch some movies or something later, because there's a campfire ban on no campfires. So we got nothing else to do. We got off the road early today around 3 o'clock, and then after our dicking around in town getting groceries and that, finally back to the campsite around 5. So we're just kind of hanging out here. Hammy's just mixing up some drinks while I'm charging up the laptop. And yeah, it was a pretty good day, actually. We stuck to the 90 for the first little bit of the day today, and then it was in Missoula that we finally got off the main highway and got to do some twisty bits. It was pretty good time today. I stopped for some delicious ice cream, and then yeah, not too much more exciting happened until we pulled in here. It's just outside of Sandpoint. We're probably about 20 miles outside of Sandpoint, and tomorrow the plan is, at least at this point, just to boot up into BC, get back into Canada, camp somewhere around Fernie, Skookumchuck, Radium, in that area. There's a couple of hot springs in the area, and that kind of is tweaking our interest right now. So we'll see if that actually happens. So far on this trip, I don't think a plan has lasted more than 24 hours, so we'll see if that actually works.
So we went and hung around the campground and hung around the lake and really just enjoyed our day. It was very nice and relaxing.
Yo. Now you might remember Lake Pendoriel from, I think, 2009, because that's where we met Easy Money. That old guy who looked like the dude from the Six Flags commercials, who knew almost everybody Hammy knew from the mines up in northern Saskatchewan. But we haven't seen him since we got here.
Yeah, he's a no-show.
He's a no-show. So we're just hanging out at the lake.
Idaho, apparently Idaho's been hot and dry here for some time. There's been a fire ban in effect for about a week now. And so no campfire for us tonight, so we're stealth charging Whitey's laptop there, so we can watch some stuff off and some content off his laptop.
We plugged it into the shitter, so it's the only place with power in this campground is the bathroom. So yeah, we're sitting here having some drinks by the lake, charging up the laptop so we can entertain ourselves later. And yeah, that's about it.
Right now we're tied, campouts and hotels, so if we have one more campout, we're ahead.
That means when we get back to my place on Friday, we won't have to camp in the backyard.
Yeah, because that would be disappointing, especially for Jeff.
That would suck.
I may still camp in the backyard.
I haven't cleaned up the dog shit in a while, so that's really going to be a problem.
Maybe I'll camp in the front yard.
So that's about it for me.
Yeah, I don't got a whole lot else other than that. Nice geology along the way, lots of rocks, some strata, which was pretty interesting.
So we really had a great afternoon. We hung around the lake, walked around the campground. We were sitting at our campsite and we saw a blue Versus pull into the campground. So we flagged them over and chatted with them for a bit. It was this young lady named Jennifer, I think. Her and her boyfriend were on a trip. She was on the bike. He was in the chase vehicle about 10 minutes behind her. So as I've mentioned, the weather was really nice. It was really hot. Unfortunately, it was also really dry, so there was a fire ban in effect. No campfire for us that night. Not really too much of a big deal. We still had our bottle of rum. We had our tunes. We were having a good time. Jen and her boyfriend came down for a visit, and yeah, we just hung out for a while.
Hey everybody, a couple hours after our last check-in, a few more ounces of rum.
Checking in again.
Now, I'm not sure exactly why, but we ended up going through a bottle and a half that night, probably because we had company around the campsite. But we got into the cups pretty deep, and you can tell by some of these clips here that I'm feeling pretty good. Really what's happening now is Hammy's trying to source out at least a small bottle of booze, because it's like 8 o'clock right now. So we can finish off our night here in Hope, Lake Pendoriel. I don't know what we want to call it. We're at the Sam Owen campground just outside of Sandpoint on Lake Pendoriel. So after a few hours of hanging out with our new friends and just chilling around the campsite, we decided to call it a day.